Ray, well, that lull that we've seen over the last 2 weeks since the district council election came to a very violent end here in Hong Kong overnight. Scenes of clashes with police and rioters in Kowloon, along the famous Nathan Road section of the city, also in Whampoa and Mong Kok. Essentially, we have gone back to where we were before the district council elections in terms of the levels of violence. And that was a shame because during Sunday I was here and there were 3 essentially very peaceful marches. The tensions with the police seemed to have come down. But there were, of course, a return to sort of the black-clad youths that we'd seen who made up part of those marches. It was them who essentially took it to the police as darkness fell on this city. And the problem is that they are saying, look, the district council elections happened, they were transparent, they went through, but let's not lose sight of what we want, and they are pushing using violence to remind Hong Kong that their views have not been reflected in this election and no changes from the government. We've also seen some really horrific videotape in the last 24 hours of someone clearing debris along the road, getting hit by a metal beam by one of the protesters. It's really quite graphic, and that has upset a lot of people in Hong Kong. The man is in hospital but suffered severe head injuries. So I wish I could report you good news on this Monday morning, although people are going to work and people are going to school behind me here. But the violence has returned, and of course Hong Kong very nervous about that, considering we've had this lull, almost getting back to normal feel of the last couple of weeks, Rowie.
And Nathan, we understand that the financial secretary of Hong Kong is expected to give an update on the economic situation in the region. What are we expecting?
Yeah, Paul Chen, in about half an hour to give his assessment of where the Hong Kong economy is to the Legislative Council here in Hong Kong. We will be there. Remember, in the last quarter, Hong Kong had a quarter of negative growth, essentially putting it in recession territory for the first time in a decade. We were kind of expecting that to continue in the fourth quarter. Remember, 2 quarters of negative growth essentially means a recession in any economy, and some of the numbers are horrible. Remember, this city of 7 million people relies on about 23, 24 million visitors a year. That is not happening, down around 26%, and if you count mainland China, that's down 30% or so. But it's other areas as well, retailers, luxury shopping, and also big question marks over Hong Kong's future as a shipping hub, a import hub, all these sort of things. So we're going to hear the latest data and also perhaps some ideas of how to boost this economy during these times of trouble. There has been some tax breaks at a lower level. Will we see potentially more stimulus as well? So we'll bring you that when we get it, Roy. Back to you.
All right, Nathan King live for us there in Hong Kong.